Oh wait, am I live? Holy crap, I might be live. Wait, okay. Anyways, these are news stories that I thought was kind of sort of interesting. All right, our first story of the day. Tiny new world discovered with an atmosphere beyond Neptune, dubbed a mini Pluto. You know what I thought of as soon as I saw this story? Like, honestly, we need to reinstate Pluto as a planet. That's literally the only thing that came to mind whenever I saw this. Now, bear with me here. Pluto has a name. Pluto has been known to be there for a very long time. I believe since the 70s, which is a long time for me. And I really do believe it should be considered a planet. Now, some people are like, well, it's a dwarf planet. Now, it's 2026. I don't know if you can say that word anymore. Excuse me. But I do believe it needs to be a planet. Anyways, onto this world. It just says it's beyond where now? I forgot. Mini Pluto. Tiny ice world discovered atmosphere beyond Neptune. Well, wait a minute. Isn't Uranus beyond Neptune? So is it between Neptune and Uranus? Yeah. Wait. A tiny new ice world has been discovered beyond Pluto, shrouded in a thin atmosphere. Wait a minute. Now it says it's beyond Pluto. What the heck? Why does the headline say beyond Uranus? Or wait, beyond Neptune? Why didn't they just say beyond Pluto? That makes it seem like it's much closer than it actually is. Because technically, isn't it like the Oort cloud or something? Another, like where Pluto is, which is why they like demoted it as a planet? Am I just dumb here? Or what? The mini Pluto is thought to be the solar system's smallest object, but still has a clearly detected global atmosphere beyond its gravity, researchers said. How thin is this atmosphere, I wonder? Wait a minute, isn't there a planet between Jupiter and Mars? Isn't it like, is it called Sirius or something? Or, yeah, I think it is called Sirius. It has a sphere shape. Isn't it just big enough to like crush itself down to like have a sphere? Or am I just dumb? Wait a minute, now I'm actually curious to this now. I don't know if I should like whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I'm pretty freaking sure that there's a planet like between Jupiter and Mars, and it's called Sirius. It's in like the asteroid belt or something. It's mini. I guess that doesn't have an atmosphere though. I don't know. It was found the outermost planet. Wait a minute. Is it Uranus the Neptune, or is it Neptune Uranus? I don't even remember, to be honest with you. That just shows how much I know about astronomy. Because I don't even know the sequence of the planets. I'm just glad I know that Earth comes before Mars. Or technically, if you're going inwards, actually Mars comes first. You know, it really is all about perspective if you really think about it. Previously, the dwarf planet Pluto was the only celestial body beyond Neptune that was known to have an atmosphere. See, I didn't even know Pluto had an atmosphere. That's even more of a reason why Pluto should be reinstated as a planet. Like a fully like functioning planet. Because like, does Mars, like, I'm guessing all the other planets have some sort of an atmosphere. I don't know. But now the atmosphere has been observed from another body, a cosmic ice ball formerly known as blah, 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 blah. Well, then you know what? If it's an ice ball and it's got an atmosphere, it deserves a name. I personally don't know, but I do believe it deserves a name. What? Now, if anybody ever sees this, or if somebody's just really smart, they'll let the internet name it. That would be great. Because, like, oh, all these other planets have these really great, like, highty-tighty names and everything. Like, oh, Jupiter and Neptune. We need to have a name of the people. Anyways, I don't know. It's much smaller than Jupiter with a diameter of 1,473 miles. And whatever the heck that is. I don't even know what the heck that is. But obviously this number is bigger than this number, which means this number is inferior to this number. Yeah. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. But yeah, something needs to be done about Pluto, though. Anyways, on to the next story. Oh no. Boston Bakery pleads for the return of a giant ice cream cone mascot. Now, this is why we can't have nice things these days. Because if a giant ice cream cone mascot can walk off from an ice cream parlor or whatever the heck this thing was out in front of, what hope do we have for anything else staying in place? Like, sooner or later, like, give it like 5-10 years. Somebody's going to come out to their bakery or their pawn shop and the whole store is going to be gone. It's literally going to be on the news flash. The entire bakery went missing. Somebody boxed it up overnight and then the owner comes to just an empty lot. They're going to go and instead of like holding up a 7-Eleven, they're going to steal the whole 7-Eleven. Watch it. The future is now. I think we're going to see within the next 20 to 30 years, maybe entire buildings walking off. Now, you might sit there and be like, oh, there's no way. Well, I've seen some of these new construction people and you can lift some of these buildings with your hand. Now, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Some of these shelters, at least here in the USA, they're pretty rickety. Anyways, the co-owner of the Boston Bakery. Oh, so it's a bakery. Why does a bakery have an ice cream mascot? You know what? I'm nitpicking too much. Why the heck did it even walk off? The bakery goods as a reward for... Wait. The co-owner of the Boston Bakery is offering baked goods for a reward for a safe return of the eatery's mascot, the large plastic ice cream cone named Swirly. See, they even did the dignity of giving this ice cream mascot a name. They gave him a name, Swirly, which is a very tragic name in my opinion, but it is a name nonetheless. Why a bakery chose an ice cream cone mascot is beyond me. Maybe they serve ice cream. I don't know. I just don't think of I think of baked goods from, you know. You know what? I'm nitpicking too much. But you know what? Money talks and BS walks. So maybe a cash reward probably will get Swirly's return faster. That's just me personally. Then again, it shouldn't have walked off to begin with. I don't know. Swirly's a fixture outside the Flour Bakery in Boston. Common fixture to have blown away during the winter. Wait a minute. They thought it got blown away during the winter? That means she knows who took it. She heard from somebody that it was in their living room or something, I bet. This is in somebody's living room. Now, I'm not saying they knew it was Swirly, the mascot. Like, they could have found it on the side of the road. Who knows? Like, it says right here, the feared to have blown away during the winter. Like, I'm guessing they had a really big blizzard or something. And maybe they thought Swirly had gotten blown away by the blizzard. I don't know. But, yeah. So, most likely, they know exactly who Swirly is in the hands of right now. They know exactly where Swirly is. They just letting the person come clean easily. At least that's my opinion. I don't know, man. I really don't. Anyways, on to the next story. Oh. OpenAI co-founder says he feared Musk would physically attack him. Now, I know in the political world, it's always common for everybody to just overblow everything that happens to them. But at the same time, like, whenever I look at Elon Musk, I don't think, oh, this dude can fight. Like that is not the face of a fighter, personally. Now, I could be wrong, but he seems more like a lover than a fighter to me. And I do think his track record, at least, you know what, his history proves that maybe, like, he ain't much of a fighter. I don't know. But I do think it's funny that the guy's basically like, oh, I feared for myself. Like, bro, Elon's got like 30 different companies. AI is just like part of what he does. And I don't even think that's like his passion. Like, he just scooped up Twitter, called it X, and then washed his hands of it. He's not even running it anymore. I don't know, though. Yeah. Wait, the international debate of tech startups, OpenAI, got so heated back in 2017. 2017? That was an eternity. The co-founder, blah, 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 feared that it would hit him by Tuesday that he had determined the future organization behind ChatGPT. So what? So wait a minute. This is a fairly, this was literally written yesterday. But the thing that they're talking about happened in 2017. How many years ago was that? That's an eternity. That's 9 years ago. Bro, I was a different person. Yeah, he probably, they probably was pretty heated. Now, again, I don't think it would have hurt that much if it would have come to blows, but I don't know, to be honest with you. I truly thought he was going to physically attack me. What the heck? During the trial. What is this trial even for? You know what? This whole story is in reference to testimony in a trial, but I have no idea what the trial's about. I feel like I'm watching episode 3 of a 4-part series right now. Bergman said the tense encounter happened in August of that year, shortly after OpenAI's co-founder decided that he needed far more money to develop the artificial intelligence than he thought they'd be able to raise as a charity. He testified they were batting around the ideas of including creative for-profit arm. Well, yeah, like, wait, did it start out as a charity? I mean, I don't know personally, but I could just say that, yeah, I don't think that AI as a charity would work, personally. I don't, like, maybe in the future, I don't know. Musk was there and had just given Tesla vehicles as a gift to the founder. Brooks said that Musk, as a longtime CEO of Tesla SpaceX, years later, he would found his own AI startup, XAI, which companies with co-founder, blah, 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 gives Musk Tesla-related painting as a gift. Okay, he basically gave Teslas, oh crap, to these people or whatever at this conference in 2017, and then he basically gave a Tesla related painting as a gift. So the dude's definitely petty. Now, would the dude ever come to blows? It doesn't seem that way. Like, it seems like he would much rather like just raise his middle finger and walk on, because he's probably got too much other crap to do, if I had to guess. This whole thing is like, this actually makes me like doubt like the actual, like, what is it called? The reliability of this person's narration, just because, like, there's too much evidence to the contrary that, like, Elon's just, I don't know. Maybe he is petty enough to just, like, I don't know. Blah, blah, meeting was part of history, blah, I mean, kind of trying. So this right here is it. He's suing them or whatever. So, of course, you're going to, like, say, oh, the person's evil whenever you're suing them, because it makes you more likely to win, especially if you can prove malicious intent for saying something or doing something or something like that. That's the only reason this whole thing come up. honestly. It probably ain't true at all, but whenever lawyers and everything else come into play, that sort of thing just goes into it. So yeah, I don't know. This whole thing, the thing about it is I'm actually more curious about the trial going on now than I am about this whole, like, what the news, like thing was. Anyways, I have no idea. Really. I honestly have no idea. Anyways, on to the next story. Rabies beaver attacks 8-year-old boy, other park guests in New Jersey lake. This is a perfect example of, I believe people honestly don't understand that nature doesn't care that you're human or not. Like, I think we see a bear attacking like a deer or something, and we think, oh, I'm not part of that food chain. Disease, animals, all that don't know the difference between you and anything else out there. If it looks like food, it is food to them. Now, I think that if you're going out in nature, you need to be prepared for any sort of circumstances. And if you ever come into contact with an animal, especially an animal that you are not 100% like friendly, like have known for a while, you probably need to get checked out no matter what, even if it's an animal that you've known and been around for a while. Now, the beaver that attacked multiple people, including at least one child. Now, again, if you're going out to even a park in your local city or whatever, I'm just saying, like, just be prepared for like basic stuff. I always carry with me a med kit in my car and a bunch of other stuff with me just in case. Now, you don't have to be the most prepared person in the world. Just like, just have a decent mindset of, oh, if something happens, I'm going to do this is all you need, really. Because I'll be honest with you, I think people just are too underprepared these days. And it's not just physically prepared, like the physical stuff. It's mentally prepared as well. Because I just don't believe people are mentally or physically prepared for anything these days. Because as a person who's been through some crap, I can honestly tell you, I would not want to be dropped in the woods with like 70% of the people I come into contact with on a daily basis. Not because I think, oh, they're not going to make it. I'm going to think, oh, I'm going to feel really bad if something happens to them and I'm going to get hurt. It's never the people you expect to get hurt. It's normally the people you don't expect, because those people can see that somebody's doing something dumb, and you know what? They step in to try and stop it, and they end up getting hurt as a result of somebody else doing something dumb. That's why the most prepared people always get finished first. But I don't know, though. I really don't. But this is just a story that highlights that you need to be prepared no matter where you are, even if you're at home. And if you do come into contact with an animal of any kind, one thing you don't need to do is never like wash your hands afterwards. Honestly, that's the biggest thing I can honestly tell anybody, is to wash your hands. Like, there's too many things floating around nowadays not to wash your hands, to be honest with you. And this next story goes into this story. A very mean squirrel seeking food sends 2 people to the ER in California. Again, this is a completely different state, completely different everything, completely different animal, everything. But again, most people, when they look at a squirrel, I got them running around in my yard right now. They really underestimate a squirrel. But most people mentally and physically, as in the stuff, aren't prepared to deal with it. To be honest with you, if a squirrel attacked me, I would have no idea how to go about it. They wily things, honestly. And they can wrap around you too. Like, they not soft and fluffy like people think. Like, their fur is coarse as heck. In fact, if you catch their fur at the right angle, literally, it can stick in you like a needle. And they carry more stuff than you think. Even if a squirrel looks perfectly healthy on the outside, they got stuff inside them Trust me, I know. I've had squirrel more than once. And that's why it's so important to make sure that you wash your hands when you're dealing with animals. And don't feed wild animals as well. Because even if a squirrel is healthy today, there's always that one wily squirrel that demands food. And if you ain't got it, they gonna be mean to you. Squirrel, beaver, everything, honestly. Like I said, if you associate yourself with food, that's what they gonna think of you as. Anyways, I really do hope if you're going out in the nature that you're very careful and that you don't underestimate, the circumstances. The best thing you could do if you're ever going to be out of the house for more than 12 hours, especially in the woods, and this is honestly my honest opinion, you need to make sure you hydrate. You need to make sure you drink plenty of water before you even leave the house. And then you need to carry with you at least a little bit of water. Because I'm telling you, that you can go without water for 3 days. That's if you're very hydrated before those 3 days even start. If you ever get lost in the woods and you dehydrated, ooh, that's going to be some trouble. Anyways, on to the next story. How do I get this off? I don't even know. Deadly invasive insect causes acute pain, invades the U.S., prompting safety officials warning, be aware. So, personally, it's just an ant. It's really just an ant. Like, yeah, but another thing, these things are everywhere. Like, I wonder even where this thing's even at, honestly. Another deadly Asian superbug. Why is all of these deadly bugs coming from Asia? You know what? I thought Australia was the king of like deadly invasive species, but you never hear about a deadly invasive species coming from Australia. It's always, and I mean it's always somewhere in Asia. It's a Vietnamese bug, a Chinese bug, hell, probably even a Taiwanese bug one of these days. Anyways, the invasive Asian is sweeping their way across the United States, threatening people with their potentially deadly sting. Originally having from China. Yeah, not the first thing that's come from China, I would say. The first discovered... Wait a minute. These things have been... You know what? At some point, we got to just say that instead of calling them an invasive species, if they're almost impossible to get rid of, at some point we just got to be like, yeah, they're just native here now. These things have been here since 1932. Pretty soon they're going to be here 100 years. They've probably been here before 1932. That's just when they were first recorded as being here. Now, I don't know what all... Wait, they cropped up in Georgia. Okay, so they're in Georgia, huh? Although officials suspect the bug was present in the state before then. That's what I'm saying. Like, this bug has been in this country for probably over 100 years. So, like, I don't know. At some point, we just got to accept their presence is just not going to go away. At some point. Now, I do hate it whenever they push out naturally occurring species, but at the same time, migration of people, insects, animals, all of that has happened for millions of years, and extinctions have happened for millions of years. Now, you could say that humans 100% caused this, and you're right, but you can also make the argument that them hitching a ride from China to Georgia, which is a very long way, honestly. You would think that they would pop up in like California or something. I guess they were just sleeping at the wheel in 1932. I don't know. Maybe like Georgia was just on top of their game back then and California wasn't. And they spread from California to Georgia, and Georgia's like, hold up, wait a minute. But like, you could also make the argument that these insects had a symbiotic bond with humans, causing them to spread across the globe in a very beneficial arrangement for both humans and bugs. You could also claim that it was a parasitic union, meaning the ants were the only ones benefiting here. Either case, both of those occurrences happen in nature. So at some point we just got to be like, yeah, whatever. So technically, even though it was because of humans, you could still technically say it was natural. Yep, 100%. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Anyways, since then, the population has swarmed across 20 states, blah, 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 North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, blah, 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 and probably a bunch of other states. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know, man. Like, bugs will be bugs. They're going to crawl. They're going to get everywhere. I don't know. Anyways, on to the next story. Microsoft Edge writes passwords in memory in clear text as a gift for attackers. Now, I'll be honest with you. I've been Team Linux for a while. This computer is Windows, and that's because this is my gaming computer, to be honest with you. I got a bunch of other computers. They're all Linux. And that's just because, like, my hard drives, I had one of them get fried and like two of them get corrupted a while back because of Microsoft. And they just keep having a bunch of problems. Now, Linux has had problems too. I saw something in the news about Linux a few days ago. But at the same time, like, the whole AI crap with Microsoft and everything just completely just made me want to not even use them, to be honest with you. I don't know. To be honest with you, I never keep any of my passwords in a computer if I can help it. Like, I might keep 2 passwords if I have to enter them in constantly. But other than that, I keep 0 of my passwords in the computer. And I most certainly don't use Microsoft Edge. I either use Firefox or Chrome. I use Chrome if it's just for BS, and I use Firefox for other stuff. Basically. Like, I don't know anyone who uses Microsoft Edge. Honestly, like, not a person. I really don't. Like, I've never met anyone who uses Edge. Like, I've met people that hate me for using Chrome, and they're like, oh, but like, to be honest with you, Chrome's like platform is on Firefox anyways. Like, they're basically the same thing, really and truly. I don't know. But anyways, the clear, it also blah, 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 makes certificates, what bunch of computer talk. Anyways, very bad, huh? Yeah. So this is very uniquely to Microsoft Edge behavior. It's the startup browser loads to save passwords in memory to keep them in clear. So this is only Edge. This is another reason why you just shouldn't even use Microsoft products, to be completely honest with you. I don't use Microsoft Word. I use the one that comes built in from Linux. That's literally what I use, PowerPoint and all that stuff. Like, I don't use like Word for anything. Plus you got to pay for it too. I know somebody that was so mad. They canceled their Microsoft Office subscription like 2 years ago, and it renewed yesterday. And then I had to go in and I had to cancel it and try to get a refund. I ended up getting a refund, but they was so mad they canceled it like 2 years ago. What is it with Microsoft? And then like wanting to renew it and everything. I had to delete all their information and stuff and delete that profile. And hopefully that profile doesn't get restored 2 years from now. But knowing Microsoft, it might just do that because it's been deactivated for 2 years. So yeah, it's not just, that, because that 100% happened. She was so mad. Anyways, but yeah, it seems like this is just related to Microsoft Edge. And if this is public right now, then hopefully it's been fixed. I don't know if it's been fixed, but this is just another reason to, maybe don't use Microsoft Edge. But that's just me. I honestly couldn't tell you either way. Anyways, on to the next story. Yeah. Now, I know I just praised Google. I wouldn't exactly call it praise, to be completely honest with you. To be completely honest with you, it's kind of, I kind of got to use something because, you got to use something. But Google Chrome silently downloads 4 gigabytes AI model on your device without permission, reports claim. Now, this is a report that claims it, so I don't know, to be honest with you. Hey, researchers say the practice could violate EU laws, wasting thousands of kilowatts of energy. That just shows where we're at, period. One, this has nothing to do with the United States. I don't even know if Chrome is doing this in the United States. They probably are. They're probably doing something worse in the United States, honestly. But they did this in the EU, and it says that it violates laws, EU laws. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what the story is going to get into. But they don't even care about the consumers, at least in this thing. They only care about the wasted kilowatt energy. They don't even care about the people. They just care that, oh, you wasted electricity doing this. Oh, for shame. You know that electricity is sacred. I have no idea what that accent was supposed to be. If you didn't catch an accent, I didn't do an accent. Anyways, on to the story. Security researcher Alex Huffman, I think that's Hoffman, maybe Hoffman, probably Hoffman. I'm really bad at reading names, by the way. The privacy guy has published a new analysis claiming that Google silently downloads of roughly 4 gigabytes of AI model to users' machines without notice or consent. According to Hoffman, you know what? It's probably an EU name, which is why I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm really sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I want to get it right, but I'm sorry. That's all I got. Anyways, the desktop software. Wait, so this is on computers. You know what? Firefox is looking a little better for me right this second. Honestly, I might be looking into my web browser usage, and I might be doing a few things after stream. Yeah. If all the blah blah software together, the points to the bar. Largest tech company developed AI features. Hoffman eager to report the focus. Blah blah. Based browser system. Wait a minute, not even installed. The system including 5 browsers he did not even install. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's saying that it basically violates European privacy laws, and it was unprompted, and it didn't even use a prompt or meaningful disclosure of the search content. So it says, eager to finding the service of content Hoffman describes as a similar but even larger scale issue with Chrome. In the latest post, he says Chrome is now writing a file called weights bin. Huh. Okay. Now I know what to look for. And I might have to look into Firefox, honestly, a little bit more to see if they doing this, not doing this. I don't know. Oh, this part of the company on this AI system based lightweight Gemini Nano model, blah, blah. The process 4 gigabyte size download automatically to systems meeting certain hardware requirements. Okay, what are the hardware requirements? Because I might be only using Chrome on hardware that doesn't meet the system requirements to keep myself safe. Because that's the only way you can keep yourself safe nowadays. Even if you opt out. Because I've noticed that even if you opt out of certain features, they get enabled whenever you update sometimes. So the only way to keep yourself safe this day and age, honestly, is just to not meet the hardware requirements, if I'm being completely honest with you. Let's see. The delete file will now re-download later. What the heck? The AI model will store locally, nor does it provide any straightforward settings to prevent it. So you can't even opt out. Users who discover or delete the file will find it re-downloaded later unless they disable certain experimental flags or remove Chrome entirely. I gotta be honest with you, like this story right now is just an advertisement for Firefox. In fact, I'm literally thinking the last 2 segments from me is just an advertisement for Firefox. I need to look into Firefox. I probably should have before this stream, just to see if like there's something bad about them. There probably is. Like there's probably a 90% chance that there's something bad about Firefox. I just didn't like find it. Mainly because I didn't read any of this before like stream. So like that just shows like they're probably, I don't know. It sucks. Anyways, like it says here that the only way you cannot have this stuff downloaded on your desktop, I'm guessing desktop, is by not meeting the system requirements. So I'm going to look into the system requirements and make sure like if I'm going to use Chrome on a computer from now on, I don't meet them. I don't know though. The system requirements is probably pretty low because they probably want to gather as much data as possible on user habits. I don't know though. This creeps me out a little bit. Like this is the thing. People are so sick of AI because it's pushed on us constantly. Like I was not very anti-AI, honestly. In fact, I've actually viewed it as very beneficial in a lot of circumstances that it's been used in. But the thing about it is it's literally everywhere and it's been used to spy on me constantly. Now, big corporations and governments are going to spy on me no matter what. And they have ways of doing it that is just insane. Like they don't even need me to have a computer. I could be completely unplugged from the internet. If the government wanted to know what I was doing, they could just look through the walls, man. Like they literally have like sonar technology. They could just have a satellite over my house looking through the walls. Now, the one thing that aggravates me about this AI stuff is not that they're spying on me, but 2 is that they don't treat my data with care, meaning it gets leaked constantly, because we've seen a lot of data breaches where a lot of user data has been leaked in the past by a bunch of different companies. I don't want to name them here but they constantly get leaked. And the second thing is that they slow down my system. Copilot slows down my system. Well, I shouldn't. Well, Copilot slows down my system. I guarantee you this Google thing here, it slows down your system. Constantly AI this, AI that, AI in your web browser, AI in your computer, AI in your games. All of that's going to like slow down your system. And this computer is my gaming computer. I need it fast. I need it excellent. I need it crisp. You know? I don't know. I really don't. I'm tired. I'm tired of the AI. Just let it go bust. Not only that, AI in a lot of places is driving up power and water costs for a lot of people. So there's, I think we just got too much AI, honestly. Everybody's just tired of it. Anyways, this is the last story, is the next one. Valve says it underestimated Steam controller demand, plans to restock. Now, to be completely honest with you, the video game industry has been kind of down recently. So I don't actually blame Valve for not having enough of these controllers. Not only that, they probably it kind of actually helps selling something whenever it first launches. You have a very limited supply because it makes people desire it more. You know, if people were on the fence about buying it, they see, oh, it's in limited supply, so they want to hurry up and buy it. You know, it's a psychological thing, which is why I think Valve didn't underestimate its demand. They just didn't sell, they just didn't make enough on purpose because they wanted to artificially have scarcity. That, and they might not have known anyways. But to be completely honest with you, I'm looking at these controllers, and the main controller I use on my computer personally is an Xbox controller, mainly because it's like Xbox is like known for being like on computers. Microsoft, owns Xbox. Microsoft owns Windows, and it works for most computer games everywhere on Steam, etc. So I literally just use an Xbox controller, So the whole Steam controller thing, I don't necessarily need it, but I guess it's nice that they got it. Especially since I don't know the price point. I know Xbox controllers, last time I bought one of them, they was like $50. Now they're like $80. And I'm sitting here thinking, why is my controller going up so much? Like, it's a controller. They ain't changed them suckers. I don't know, though. I bought a battery bank for like $3 the other day. Like, it ain't caught fire yet, so yay. But I don't know. But look at these Steam controllers, though. They literally look like a PlayStation controller, but they got like these numpad things under here. Now I'm actually curious, what are these thingies right here for? What are these little squares for? I'm curious now. And there's an extra button right here, too. It literally looks like a PlayStation controller, but the middle is like filled in, Like, oh, it's not a PlayStation controller. It's just like whatever, It doesn't look like it would feel good in the hand, though, to me. Like, maybe I'm just so used to seeing the stereotypical, like, Xbox, PlayStation controller. I'm so used for the middle section here to be, like, hollowed out that I just don't think this would be comfortable. That's just a personal opinion of mine, but I don't know. It might be very comfortable in the hand. Maybe this extra little, like, material here makes it easier to hold on to it. So when you play in them like extra special games, when you just like really mad, and you want to slam the controller into the ground, you can just hold on to it, grip it better. Extra gripping, for extra gaming. So maybe that's like a strong thing there. But I know when they come out with the PlayStation controller forever ago, they said it was too fat. This one looks too square to me. But that, I don't know. But not even Valve was prepared for the demand of the new PC gamepad, the Steam controller. I don't know. The near perfect PC gaming controller, is that what they're seriously calling it? Well, I would think Steam would come out with a controller that's better for PC gaming than Xbox, though, because that is their bread and butter. I don't know, though. That's the controller that I always use as an Xbox controller. And I've got 3 of them, so I might wait another 6 months, maybe a year max, but I might invest in the Steam controller, to be honest with you. I definitely won't buy one, or I definitely will buy one eventually. There's no reason not to. Especially, it just has to be compatible with enough games, though, to be honest with you, though. I don't know, though. Let's see here. Have you tried the Steam controller? So that's all it is. It's just Steam users want a shiny new controllers. I need to look into it, I guess, and see how many games are even compatible with the Steam controller. I guarantee you a lot of new releases are compatible with the Steam controller. But I look at games that are like 10 years old and they're compatible with an Xbox controller. Some of them are compatible, like Cyberpunk and etc., with a PlayStation controller. But most games are only are compatible with an Xbox controller. Like, there's a lot of games I have in my library that are like 10 years old that are only compatible with an Xbox controller. So if they're going to go back and make them compatible with a Steam controller, I might buy one pretty soon. But until there's like at least 5 games in my library that I can play with the Steam controller, I'm not going to use it. I don't know, though. Maybe they have like some sort of plug-in to where, like, if it's compatible with an Xbox controller, it's compatible with this. I don't know. I'm definitely not going to rush out and buy one, basically. I've always, when it comes to tech, I've always been like cautiously optimistic. I'm never like the first person to buy something. but I'm normally not the last either. I'll probably wait about 6 months before I consume this product anyways. That's all the stories for today. I thought they were kind of interesting, you know. And anyways, I'll be back